Drama. We've all felt it. We all know what it is. Hi, friends. It's Adam, the crippled cannabis cowboy. Can you forgive yourself for your behavior? If you're bumming right now, I know what that feels like. I've been bumming for a long time, and it really does nothing. And I'm noticing that you can bum out for a little while, which is fine, but start to look at that situation, start to look at the things that you feel you may have gone wrong or could have did better, and learn for next time. Maybe that helps. Thanks for watching my video. It's belly aching, I guess. Basically, that's all it is. But it's just something I'm kind of been thinking about is trauma. We all kind of had it. We all been through it. I could really only speak for myself, but I know from what I remember, that's something to keep in mind too. Trauma creeps up on you when you least expect it. Just when you think everything's cool, you remember something and you'll be like, oh, it just fucks everything up. But the first thing that I remember is, like, say somebody notices that, you've been through some trauma, or maybe it's time to talk about it, who knows. But there's this feeling that they don't understand. No matter what, unless they've been through this, they don't understand. And, there is a part of me that still does that, but in this new light, I've kind of found ways to, well, in general, it's kind of like forgive myself is where it started. But that's like the first sign that something's wrong to me, is that I immediately think nobody understands my situation. I isolate myself. I don't talk to anyone about it. I keep it secret. I bottle it up. There's a lot of scientific proof now that they're sort of saying when someone bottles up their feelings inside, something happens. Then it kind of gets into the 5 phases of grief. If you know what that is, it was a big help to me, and it seemed to kind of start when that they don't understand. No one understands. No one. You isolate yourself and you do all these things that you typically do. And I've had to fight those things, and it showed me something. One day sitting there, actually, as a matter of fact, today was the last time that I did it. I do it very often. I know it's weird, but I have to retrain my brain in a lot of different ways that I was prepared for. I wasn't, wasn't ready for. So that comes down to trauma, which I'll get to in a second. But today I gave myself permission to be happy. Not only did I verbally gave myself permission to be happy, because I don't remember exactly what I was thinking about, but I was kind of feeling sad, I guess, or something. And I just said, you know what, dude, you got permission to be happy. You've been through it. That's what it was. I was thinking about the hell that I go through and how no one knows, and I'm glad people don't go through this. Basically, I was like isolating myself, not sharing, and this isn't exactly something I would share with people I love. I have this thing where I give myself permission to be happy. That's step 1. And step 2 is I immediately get up and do something that makes me happier. I mean, it does make me happy, but just I put myself in a happier situation. Now, the whole trauma thing, to forgive myself, they're all like kind of connected. It started with this forgive myself thing. I noticed this actually wasn't through myself, it was through others, but You know, I'm someone that went through just as much trauma as anybody else. There's this like thing that happens in their head where they get bitter and they don't want to talk about it, and they immediately think they don't, no one understands. I decided to battle that and sort of forgive myself for my past behaviors with, everything basically. There's a lot of things that I'm not happy about that has to do with myself. There's, a lot of things about me that people think are amazing and stuff. And, that's great and all, but, it's not really how I think about myself. Now, grant, don't get me wrong, I thrive on those memories and that way I used to live. Things are different now. I'm adjusting. So, the trauma and the forgiveness, how it ties into everything. I'm experiencing a severely traumatic event right now. Right now, I'm going through it. Do I want to die? Hell yeah, I'm not going to freaking, lie about it, but you really don't want to be here anymore when you're in these kind of hells. Now, you need a fire lit under your ass, and it kind of looks like there was a fire lit under my ass. And I'm noticing for myself that my behavior, how I view the world, how I view everything, it kind of matters if I don't want to quit. Well, in my heart, I don't want to quit. My mind is telling me, oh, it's easy to give up, but there's just this freaking fire under my ass that won't let me quit. Developing this disease is what it's called, this primary progressive multiple sclerosis. It ripped everything from me. It didn't happen right away. It took a really long time to set in. But now that it's set in, it's here. And there's a lot of trauma that I had to go through that led me to this area. And, some of it I brought upon myself, maybe. Some of it was brought upon by an outside source, maybe. Who knows? The point is, I'm getting to the point where it's like, I don't really care. Like, it's there. Like, who cares how it got there? It's there. What are you gonna do to fix it? So that's where my thinking has kind of kicked in. Then it related to me forgiving myself for my own behaviors, because I noticed through other people that they would hold on to these traumatic events in their life, and that would translate into their own life in some kind of way, typically unpleasant. But it's just something I noticed, and I had to be doing it. It's like a normal human reaction, and it's something I noticed, and I don't mean to offend anybody, but I'm noticing that there's this fine line of like a trauma that you've experienced versus making it an excuse for it to be okay. Now, here's where it gets weird. Like, it is okay. Like, I'm freaking dying. I can't even walk. So if I do something stupid, it's okay. You're sick. You got MS. There's another part of me, though, that's kind of like, wait a minute. Don't use it as an excuse. You're giving MS permission to mess up your life. So there's this weird thing that happens in me. For example, like someone who has a hard time with social situations, so like they have social anxiety. What is done about that? They don't talk to anyone. You're never gonna fix it. I don't know. That's just me. Like, I've heard it before to where, make yourself comfortable and, serve yourself. If it doesn't serve you, get rid of it. Do this. Make yourself comfortable. Make it easy. And I'm just noticing that there ain't nothing easy about this shit. So there are people out there that understand. I'm one of them. You know, I've messed up with good women. I've messed up with children. I've messed up with jobs. I've messed up with myself. I've messed up with my dog. There are so many things I've messed up about. Why am I thinking about that? I'm like hovering on it. Now, granted, you can't help it sometimes. It's going to happen. Allow it to happen. Find that way to forgive that situation or forgive yourself. It like makes things easier, if that makes any sense. You know, I don't want to say it's easy, but it's the first time's hard, second time's hard, third time's hard. Then all of a sudden it starts to become not so bad. You know, that was forgiving that person wasn't so bad. Forgiving myself for that thing I did ain't so bad. You know, yeah, you got to pay consequences for everything, and I have. And I just want to let you know that, or whoever know that they're, you know, you're not alone. They're not alone. There's someone out there that definitely understands your situation, and as someone who is very bottled up, don't talk to anyone, keep it inside, fix it, whatever. Doing the opposite is actually what helped me. So it's very strange talking about these things, bringing them up. Now, here's the weird thing. Like, say you go to therapy. You don't have to bring up the specifics of the situation. You could talk about the situation generally. You don't have to mention names. You don't have to mention situations. You know, you can. That's what I mean. It's like you have the freedom to do that if you wish or you don't. Now, that's just something I recently learned, and I don't know, try it out. Maybe it'll help you. That's where this whole shebang started with me, with this whole thinking about my own brain and my own feelings. And, you know, it came from going to therapy. They helped me look at areas that I didn't even freaking notice, man. Like, it's not like I was, you know, yeah, there's some I was resisting, but that was some I straight up didn't even notice. Thanks for watching my little video. I don't know if you got some value from it. Hit the like button. That like button helps me out a little bit. Watch some more videos. Subscribe to my channel. And just let someone out there know that, you know, they're not alone. Somebody is down shit's creek too. I'm way down there, man. But I didn't fall off the boat yet. I'm still on the boat.